Welcome to Fishing for Bees. This is my YouTube channel on swarm catching and beekeeping. If you're new to the channel, welcome. A little bit about us is we've never purchased bees. We've caught, I don't know, like 23, 25 swarms over the last couple years since we started. And in the past, we've had so many bees going into spring because I just want 8 production colonies. That's my goal. We've had so many bees going into spring, I've actually given away some 10-frame colonies. So channel is just about swarm catching and how I keep free bees. If any of that interests you, please like and subscribe. So I thought I was going to still do another inspection for the year. It's October 8th, 8 a.m. in the morning. I thought I'd take a peek in all our colonies, so in this yard and also our nuke yard, just to make sure everybody was queen right. And I just decided against it. What is going to come of it if I find that they're not queen right? I'm not going to requeen them. I'm not going to do anything like that. So it is what it is. They were all alive when I was up here before, so we're just going to go with that they're alive. They were doing well. They're not currently hanging out at the entrances. It's still a little bit cold, so they're all buttoned up inside. But today we're going to put on some mouse guards and we're going to tighten things up for the winter because I'm not pulling them apart again. After that, we'll put on some quilt boxes and we'll do an episode on that. So I'm just going to show you how I do this. It's basically 2 pieces of thin molding and then 1/2 inch. So from the years before, I still have some nails in here, which is nice. It helps out a little bit. So I just basically put this on, line these up, these are just little pin nails, so they kind of can go in a little bit on their own. Take this one, put it on this side. I don't put them in all the way. There may be a reason to pull it off. So it still gives good, adequate ventilation, still plenty of room for the bees to get through. The bonus of putting them on now is I'm still concerned about robbing. So they work as a pretty good robbing screen. It just gives them a more defendable area if the attack happens. Looks like we've got some type of a rodent chewing on this one. So one of the things you definitely don't want to do if you're late with these is trap a rodent in there. That would be bad. So I like to take a look at the entrances. I'm not going to pull it apart to verify that there's not a rodent in there. But where there's rodents, where there's mice, there's mouse poo, and it'll be on your entrance here. So take a look at your entrance. Make sure there's no feces. Someone was trying to chew into this one pretty good. So I'm going to take a closer look. Again, for any signs that a rodent's in there. Yeah, well, I might have to come back to that one. Unbelievable sometimes. So now you can see why I have my gear on. But just like that, I do like to bend this bottom edge down to give it some more coverage. But easy peasy. It's there's not much to it. I don't spend money on mouse guards. I don't spend money on things that I can come up with a solution on my own. This was not my idea. I honestly am not sure who I got this from. I think it might be the Bee Whisperer. So next up is some painter's tape, beekeeper's best friend for winter. What happens with these boxes as it gets colder is they start to contract, and what they did do as far as a propolis seal may not be working out as well. I did break them apart to take the Formic Pro off. So I broke their propolis seal about a week ago. So I put the painter's tape on to give them a nice little, it's kind of hard to go around to the other side, nice little seal. And I put the seam in the back where I'm gonna put in the fondant if they need any emergency feeding. And usually I can get away with 1 or 2 applications, because there'll be another one up here where the quilt box goes on. When you put that quilt box on, it's going to be cold. They won't propolis seal that. They just, because of the coldness and lack of resources in the environment, they just won't get it done. So this right here really helps out a lot. I'm not too concerned about where it meets with the bottom board, because you want that airflow anyways. So not the greatest seal down here, isn't all that bad. So we're going to go around and do the rest of them, just like this one, and give them a little bit of help for the winter. So there you go. We got the mouse guards on. We got the painter's tape on. You know, a little bit of help, a little bit of effort on your part goes a long way for your bees. We do have some indications that some robbing might have been taking place here the last couple days, just by the way they were pouring out, super hot, just from a couple taps. That was only 2 colonies, and 4 of the colonies, not 1 bee came out. So we'll see. Again, I'm not going to pull them apart. We'll monitor the activity at the entrances on the nice days. We're still going to have plenty of nice days. You're still going to be able to monitor the activity at the entrances. You're still going to be able to see what's going on. You might still see pollen, but a much easier entrance to defend instead of the wide open entrance for all of them. Painter's tape. One of the boxes on the end, there was a visible gap. So I'm glad I came, you know, and the reason for the seam in the back also is because this is facing south. Primarily is the direction that the wind comes in. So it's nice to have the seam in the back. The other things that I do, is you see behind here and also in front, is I put up windbreak fences. And I put up those windbreak fences the first year that I was here for winter. And then I just let the goldenrod and the weeds grow on them, and they only become better to blocking the wind as the weeds take over. And just do what you can to help them. So we get some wind blocks, get some painter's tape, and then obviously we still need to do episode 2 on moisture control. Lots of different options you can use for moisture control. And the rest of my day is I'm pulling down the last 3 swarm traps. So appreciate you coming along for the ride. Thanks for watching. I hope your bees are well.